Welcome to Mystically Me. This is a place to connect your intuition, your higher guidance, to learn about metaphysical, spiritual topics. And if you're new here, this is a place where I do channeled readings from the divine, the collective, whatever you want to call it, the higher guidance. And messages come through for individuals from their angels and guides. And really, it's a place to help you connect more with your intuition, just to see, if these messages are for you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend is when this is going to be, I'm recording this on. So, or I guess not recording it, I'm recording it on Friday. All right, here we go. So one thing too, yes, the message is coming through now. The thing is, energy is energy. So anytime you find this video, there's a message for you in it. That's how I like to believe about this stuff because, there really is no time, past, future. It's all occurring now. So this is a place where, it might be a year from now you find this video and it just might have the message that you need to hear. That's what's so magical about it. Also with energy, if you would like me to bring in messages that are more connected for you, if you would like to subscribe or like or make a comment just so I can connect to your energy in a more direct way, I guess. But don't worry, if you don't want to do any of that, the messages still come through. That's the point. So, okay. We're going to be starting with our inner child cards because they're my favorite. And like I've said before, I do feel we all have an inner child in us who really is upset that no one ever listened to them. My 20 years in public education really taught me that kids need adults to listen to them because we don't. So here we go. All right. So what we have first is a Beauty and the Beast, which is 8. And a typical tarot, that would be the Strength card. And then we have, Roman numerals, let's see, sorry. 14, the Guardian Angel, which is like the Temperance card in the traditional tarot deck. And then we have the Six of Swords. Okay, let me stop for a second here. So always with the Beauty and the Beast card, it is the card that is the sign of a beautiful love is entering your life. This does not have to be romantic love. This could be actually learning to love yourself fully, deeply, more truly. It could be a friendship. Of course, it could be romantic love. I just really, that is not a lot of us over the years as we grow up in life spend a lot of time stuck on certain situations, especially in romance, that aren't the most healthy. So I kind of like to focus the readings on um, more about ourselves and what we're going through in our inner work. And there are amazing other channels out there if you are all about twin flames and those kind of situations. Okay, so we've got the love coming in. I mean, and then temperance is always the guardian angel is a balance of opposites. So with what I was just saying, we all have a masculine and feminine in ourselves, the divine masculine and feminine, and achieving a balance between the two is always the goal. Achieving balance, I feel, in every area of life, including our inner world, is what we're kind of striving for in this lifetime or any lifetime. So let's see here. And then in the Six of Swords card, it's a bunch of young men holding up their swords. They're all meeting at the tip in celebration. So it's a sign of celebration, cheer, triumph. Okay, let me see what's coming through. Okay, so, opening to the gift of love, listening to your higher guidance. Again, this has come up in another reading recently, asking for guidance and assistance from your higher self, from your angels, from your guides, your ancestors. You have to ask. It's a free will relationship. They're not just going to intervene. So find a way. They are eager to help. They need your consent. And I'm also feeling for whoever this message is for, finding a mindfulness practice that works for you. I understand not all meditation. So many people, they hear mindfulness or meditation and they automatically assume, oh, I just have to sit without any thoughts. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? That sounds terrible. I agree. I can't. I mean, I'm much better now, but thinking of just sitting there and not having any thoughts just sounded terrible to me for so long. So I found guided meditations, and then you have to also kind of find the person, whoever you want to listen to, um, whoever's voice, or create your own. Anyway, there's so many different ways to practice mindfulness out there. So I really just, whoever this message is for, you're being guided to find something. You could do martial arts, yoga, exercise is a way of mindfulness for some people. There are lots of different practices, and you'll be able to find something that you really love or create one yourself. The point is coming to a place where you can hear your intuition, you can hear your higher self, you can hear your angels and guides give you the guidance that you're seeking. And that's really the point of all the mindfulness, is coming to a place within to hear the messages from your inner self and your higher guidance. And that looks different for everybody. So finding a way that works for you. I know some people love to do it with coloring or putting together puzzles, things like that. So just because it's not a typical way that people meditate or do mindfulness doesn't mean it's not the way for you. And so much I feel in this new era of like life in the world, I feel for everybody, this new evolution of spirit is, finding what works for you in this world of spiritual practices. What brings you to that place of inner child wonder and just profound joy in your life? In another reading, hold on, let me get a drink. In another reading, I talked about Christmas Eve and that anticipation, that like palpable magic in the air that you can feel in a night like that. When you're a little kid before your birthday, I feel you have the same kind of like, ooh, you're just so excited. Uh, for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, but just think about any important special holiday or just anything important in your world the night before, that anticipation, that excitement. Okay. Oh, yeah, Six of Swords. So, as you accept this beautiful gift, so let me bring this all together here. So, for whoever this message is for, this gift of love is, I mean, it's huge. It's coming into your life. You have to remember it is not what you see to be true, but what you feel and know. So are opening to this love, this higher guidance in your life, and it is a beautiful gift. And as you open to that, you start to realize there are parts of me, you're working on your internal self, and that's bringing the feminine and masculine into balance. When I see the balance here, so many, just from all the different ways we grew up in society. So maybe if someone grew up with a mom who they felt was too weak, you might grow up and feel like you have to be really strong. And then you don't ever really embrace your softness. And it's just for however you identify, masculine or feminine, accepting and living life through your most authentic truth. And, so much happens to us growing up that we don't even know what that truth is sometimes. And it just takes this connection, this going inward, this inner time with the meditation, the mindfulness, to really know what you want. Because it's so hard to know when you've been living a life, for as long as you can remember, that really was to make other people happy or to keep yourself safe, or just, you kind of gave up what you really wanted. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. So we've got, besides the triumph that is felt with the Six of Swords, because remember, in this deck, the swords are the swords of truth, and it really focuses on mental energy. It's the opportunity to examine your mind and your qualities of valor and courage. So, as you really, whoever this message is reaching, who this is for, you have reached a pinnacle. You are reaching a beautiful point where you have been working on finding the balance within, finding a balance within your life, and just realize you have divine protection surrounding you. You are connected, you are grounded. And I feel for some of you, this is a call now to step up into a higher way of living, to serve a higher community, a bigger group of people. Um, you're being called into maybe a role that's more visible, a little bit more scary, but that is because you've done such beautiful, amazing work on yourself, and you are finally learning how to receive the love coming into your life. And with all of this, and oh my goodness, I'm getting goosebumps and feeling like I'm going to tear up. You, first of all, your guides, your angels, they just want you to know you are amazing. You have done so much work and uncovered so much of who you truly are. And you are this beautiful light that the world needs so much. Just like a beacon of light, a lighthouse. I'm in a program and she likes to call us her fireflies of light. But whatever you think about, you are needed. Your gifts are needed. Your stories needed. The way you have lived your life, survived your life, and then this new lose a loss for words here. This new like evolution of self. This return actually, because it's not new. It's who you always were. This return to who you are has really just there's just so many. It's just I don't even have the words right now because it's just such an amazing energy that's coming through. Just this expansionness, this light expansionness. That is not even a word. See, that's the problem. What's happening right now is it's so beautiful. I don't have the words for, and I'm a wordy person. So yeah, I mean, I tried to make up a word that didn't even make sense. So just you deserve it. You are worth it. You didn't even have to earn it. I don't want to say you earned it because you never had to earn it. You've always you've always deserved it. It's always been there. It's just your higher guidance is I just see this party. They're just throwing a party and you have so many angels and guides there for you. They are just so happy that you've reached this place within yourself. Because it wasn't an outside validation. There was an outside confirmation. Like you did this all yourself and are now believing yourself and trusting the universe. And this is just a beautiful space to be in. So, congratulations. And if this message is speaking to you, I would love if you would be willing to leave a comment just so I can cheer you on from more directly, because wow, this is just something to really celebrate within yourself coming to this space, because no one can take this away from you. Returning to that inner joy, that childlike sense of wonder, it can't be stolen. Now, you might have to remind yourself again sometimes, because we are human beings having this human experience. Well, we're in human bodies. I don't technically the human beings, we're all light beings, I feel. Okay, let's see. Any more? I'm going to go ahead and put the inner child cards away. And we're going to move on to the Light Seer deck because I really have been enjoying this deck. I feel like it has some messages and it's really helping me get more comfortable with the reverse of cards, which I used to really view as super negative, and not ever want to do reverses. Honestly, looking for decks that didn't even include a reversal interpretation of a card. And I used to say, well, everything's a circle, right? Everything goes around, so there really are no reversals if I'm on the other side of the table. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. Um, just realize that these are helping me see like there's nothing. We are taught so much to ignore our shadow side or the dark stuff or the qualities in ourselves that we feel are negative or society is deemed negative, for instance jealousy or envy, things like that. And the thing is we have those feelings. We have those feelings. We have those emotions. Again, human being. These things come up, and the more you try to pretend that you don't have them or hide them, they come out in different ways. So much of like achieving the balance within, going back to the inner child reading cards, is accepting your shadow self. I have this amazing app I use. It's a Jungian app, Shadow Self maybe. And so you like take the thing to find out, you take like a assessment to figure out what your archetype is. And mine was the seeker. And then you have the shadow side of it. And working to integrate the shadow and not scold it. I'm so apt to, when those feelings come up, I immediately start attacking myself more in my mental, like my overthinking. Oh, you're such a terrible person for thinking that. I can't believe you. You're better than this. How dare you? Just, and then so it's like double whammy. Now I've had a thought that, it was just a human thing. It was passing, it was fleeting. And now I've attacked myself for it relentlessly, sometimes for days, years. I mean, yeah, to be totally honest. So this deck is helping me anytime there is a reverse card. I don't see it as, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this reading anymore. This is blah, blah. I just, I do have to get the guidebook out for that because these are new cards for me, and I very familiar with the upright readings on cards, but when you deny aspect of something for a long time, you have to learn about it. You have to take the time and put the effort in and learn, and sometimes that's why people don't want to change either. All right. So we got the Six of Cups upright, and oh my gosh, I love this card. This is all about nostalgia and reliving past memories, the good times, like fond childhood memories. And there's a little kid on the card with his little puppy golden retriever, and then on the other side of the card is the man with his adult golden retriever. So showing the nostalgia of childhood. And for some people, to be honest, they don't have a lot of nostalgia from childhood because it wasn't great, but you do have nostalgia for things. It could have just been one person, one teacher, a grandmother, just someone, a moment. And then we've got the Eight of Wands, which is upside down. So I will check in a second. Let me get one more card out. Okay. And then the Hierophant upright. So let me go to the book for the Eight of Wands reversed so I can see what the Shadow Seer wants to tell us about this. Okay, so typically what the Eight of Wands means, before I look this up, Eight of Wands usually means like rapid movement, things are speeding up, unexpected, surprising news, just really a pickup of things in life heading in the right direction. So reversed, okay, instability, delays, unfocused energy, a lack of direction, burnout, and a tendency to hesitate. So, okay. All right, so what's coming through right now is there, for whoever this message is for, uh, you are kind of caught up right now on reliving something from the past, and that in its own right can be good and has a time and a place, but there's also time where we are kind of, oh, what is the saying? So like the only time you're actually present is when you're in the present. Does that make sense? Like in the past you're regretting, and the future you're worrying. I'm not sure if that's exactly correct, but what's coming through is, oh, whoever this is for, you are either, oh, okay, give me a second here. So whatever is holding you back from your past, it might be memories, it could be maybe still caught up in a relationship from the past. What really feels like is idealizing something from the past that wasn't really the way you're remembering it. That keeps coming through. This just keeps coming through for someone. It wasn't like that. Like someone's guide's like, what are you even remembering right now? That wasn't it at all. Like, so if this message is for you, I'm sorry if that sounded kind of sassy, but if you're like feeling a little tug at your solar plexus right now in your chest, like, I think she's talking to me. Um, what what you need to do, if you're willing, and not need to if you want to, this is a message from your guidance. So it's not me telling you what you need to do, it's your higher guidance. So you just need to take breath and maybe make a list. Write out 10 amazing things from this situation that you're idealizing, and 10, your guide is saying facts, but you know what? We remember things how we remember them. So make a list of the good and bad and like put it side by side. And they're like, you're really going to remember that there's nothing for you. Like, yes, you've learned from this lesson, or maybe figuring out what you need to learn from that situation and moving on. That's what they're really putting through right now. Because that situation, whatever's kept holding you back from the past, is causing the slowing down the manifestation of the things you want in life now. And then the Hierophant, that is kind of like the hermit. So with this one, it's a time to go in and find that inner guidance. You're going to find, if you turn within and stop looking at this situation with rose-colored glasses. That's what they're saying really big. Stop looking at this with rose-colored glasses. It is wonderful to be able to look at the past, sometimes a negative, traumatic past, and see the good things that happen. But there's a very fine line in accepting that that's how that things were, and accepting that that's what you deserved. because you didn't deserve any of that. That's the whole point here. Uh, there's no point. We can't go back and change the past. We can't go back and make someone treat us the right way. But remembering it as a joyful, good time of your life and that it's something you would want again is only hurting whoever this message is for. It's it's not what it was. It never was, and it never will be. And that sounds a little cryptic, but that's what's coming through. And also, this message kind of comes in with the Hierophant. I am my own guru, and the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. So I feel what's coming through more now is that what's holding you back in the past is there was someone, something, some situation that you let believe knows more than you, knew more than you, knew better for you, were better than you, and the message is they are not. You have all your answers. Yes, you can have mentors, you can have people in your life you admire, but you are the one who knows what is best for you. And with my other part of my business, my other work, this is what I'm trying to bring with my workshops and classes and stuff is that you've got to get to that inner child, that who you are, the truth of who you are. And within that truth is all this wisdom and knowledge that you've always had. So I hope that is making sense for who this message is for. I'm going to bring in, I just feel one more card wants to come in here. So even though that does go against my, Six of Wands. All right. So on the Six of Wands, we've got a woman, her hands are up into the air, and there is, like a lit torch and a wreath around it, just showing, I feel like, more victory or let's see here. Oh, yeah. And she's on stage. I just noticed. Oh, my goodness. How did I not notice that? And there's like an adoring audience. So, yeah, as you can release yourself from the past, whatever it might be, an idea, a person, a feeling, a belief, and once you do that release, that Eight of Wands, that's going to flip around and there's just going to be so much speed and velocity with bringing into your life all the things that you've been working on and manifesting and that are possible. But part of all of that, making that happen, along with the releasing of the past, is really self reflection, getting in and knowing yourself, listening to yourself, understanding that you are your own guru. And once you can do that, there's this. I mean, I don't know if it's a life on stage for you. I don't know if that's something you want, but it's your dream, the belief, the why you're here on earth, that like inner feeling you felt for so long that you knew you were here for so much more. It's happening as you make these steps and release yourself from the past. And remember, with whatever guidance you're getting out there, you are your own guru and and just wow. Again, goosebumps. I think this happened at the end of the last reading. You are stepping into such an amazing time of your life, and just be sure to enjoy it. Remember, enjoy the receiving. Feel blessed in those moments. Take your time. Don't rush through any of it. Just enjoy it because as finish this up, you've done so much inner work already, and now it's just a few things that you're working on. Just releasing yourself from those ties to the past and remembering that you're your own guru, and everything just changes at such a high velocity, such a speed that change in your life will be explosive and I don't even have the words again. Explosive, amazing, wonderful. Oh, yeah, I love that. I'm going to go ahead and end this with one of the universe has your back cards, just because I do feel these are a nice little way to wrap it up. And just a little nice, concise message sometimes gives us a nice affirmation. I write affirmations every night. I say them into my water. I say them throughout the day when my frequency alarms go off. And, it's not just saying it and the mental part of it, it's the feeling it. What does it feel like to live in that life? Yeah, you just really have to get into the feeling of it because that's where the magic happens, in the feeling. Okay. So here, two cards wanted to come out, so I'm going to respect that. At first I was like, oh, I'll just take this one. But no, here we go. So the first one that came out was, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And then the other card that came out is, energy flows where my intention goes. Energy flows where my intention goes. I'm going to say it a third time because this one is huge. Your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, your emotions, they create your reality. What you're putting out into the world is what the universe is creating for you. So, energy flows where my intention goes. If either one of those affirmations spoke to you, please type them in the comments or write them down for yourself. And go ahead and try out the writing it out 3 times or saying it 3 times and see if you notice any extra magic with that. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you find this video. Thank you so much for being here and listening. Remember, live your life unapologetically, authentically yourself, and really you can never go wrong. I love you.